Hello, my name is Georgia, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about how I manifested body changes. Ever since I was a kid, I was always on the skinny side. No matter how much I ate, I couldn't seem to gain weight. And this was it for the majority of my life. I struggled a lot, especially during middle school and high school, because people would always tell me about them noticing me being too skinny, right? So every other day I would, no, actually not every other day, like basically every day, I used to hear stuff like, oh, are you okay? Like, you look sick, you look anorexic, are you eating? Like all of those things, but it is okay, like it is life. It is what it is. So I would say that was the worst time related to my weight gain journey, and that was the time where I got the most stress out of it. I had enough of that, so thanks to the law of attraction, I managed to change that. During all of my life, I remember that I used to repeat affirmations like, I am so skinny, I cannot gain weight, my metabolism is so fast, this is my genetics, I cannot change it, and affirmation like those, because that's what I used to believe. I used to believe that my situation couldn't change because it was my genetics. And I could see it that no matter how much I ate, I just couldn't seem to gain weight. So I think that I used to eat way more at that time compared to now, even though the weight is completely different. Back then, I used to tell myself all of those things because I didn't know better. I didn't know that my beliefs and what I repeated to myself every day was the thing that was creating my reality. I had no idea I had such power. It was just out of a habit. I used to think of myself as skinny because that was my whole concept during all of my life. How could I have a different concept of myself if that was what I have known for all of my life? But things started to change when I finally learned about the law of attraction and the law of assumption. So since I had a lot of beliefs to change, it was not an overnight process. I know that it doesn't have to be as slow as I did it. It took me a few months because I needed to change several things. I needed to get conscious about what I was doing. First thing first, when I learned about the law of attraction, I realized what I was doing. I told myself when I got to learn about the law of assumption in particular, I finally realized why I couldn't gain weight. And that's because of all of the affirmations I've been telling myself. That was the opposite of what I wanted to achieve. So as I got conscious of that, I decided to experiment and tell myself the opposite of what I've been telling myself for years. So I started off with telling myself that finally my metabolism has slowed down, finally I gained weight, I look so much better, I finally like my appearance. Whenever I noticed little changes, I would emphasize them. Whenever I looked at my arms and I could see that I gained a little bit weight, that I could see like a little bit of a difference, I would tell myself, oh, like I do see myself gaining weight. I do see myself that I'm looking better than before. So even if it's very small, even if you don't see anything actually, you can repeat those sentences until you actually do see a difference, because that time is coming. It is coming for sure. Affirmations do the work. That's the thing. And I was actually able to gain from 6 to 7 kilos without changing my diet, without doing any sport, anything, just with my mindset. And I did this for a couple of months, and it can seem like it is just a bit of weight, but for me it's a huge thing, because right now I feel that I have achieved the weight that I wanted. I look exactly how I wanted to look. So yeah, so I just tell myself from time to time that No matter how much I eat, no matter if I eat too much or I eat too little, my weight is stable. I don't need to overdo anything. So another point I want to make, which I found out, which I got aware of after I changed my weight. I got aware of something I was doing, which kind of opened my eyes about what I was doing wrong. When I think about the times where I was skinnier than now, I remember myself hating myself, hating my body, right? So how can I manifest something out of hate? I cannot manifest something I want out of hate. I needed to love myself first. I needed to accept myself exactly as I was. I needed to see myself as a person, as a human being, as a soul, not just as a body. I used to give myself a lot of hate whenever I looked at myself, so of course I couldn't see any positive change in myself because I was too focused on the bad parts. I was too focused on the hate. And this is what kind of lengthened the process, right? And this is all awareness and knowledge that I got after I experienced it. So whenever you notice yourself repeating things that you don't like about yourself, or whenever you find yourself hating some parts of yourself, then that's something you need to change. So this is the end of this video because I think that I've said pretty much everything and every point that I wanted to make. And yeah, this is it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful, and see you